Hi everyone, we are on day 5 of polynomials. You'll notice that there's a part A and a part B, 2 different days. That's because I just decided to split a couple things up, so hopefully it's not too confusing. We are going to talk about what's called the rational root theorem. Now you'll see root and zeros interchanged all the time. Another name for that would be x-intercepts. So there's 3 steps that I do when I'm finding the possible rational zeros or rational roots. Step 1 is to find the factors. Well, that didn't work out so well. Oh well. Factors of the constant. Step 2 is to find the factors of the leading coefficient. And then step 3 is take your factors of constant divided by the factors of all leading coefficients. So let's actually practice here. So we need to first find the factors of the constant. Well, our constant is 3 in this first problem. The factors of 3 are plus and minus 1, plus and minus 3. Next, find the factors of your leading coefficient, which happens to be 2. So those factors are plus and minus 1 and plus and minus 2. Now, step 3 is where you do the division. So I'm going to list my factors of my constant. And I have to divide those by every factor of my leading coefficient. So I first divide by 1. Then I list them again. And I divide by 2. Double check that you don't have any duplicates, which I don't. Positive and minus 1, positive and negative 3, positive and negative 1/2, and positive and negative 1.5 or 3/2. Now, to determine if any of them work, what you do is you use your synthetic division. So I would start with 1. And I would go 2, negative 5, negative 1, and 3. Drop the 2. This gives me negative 3, negative 4, negative 4, negative 1. When you get a remainder, that means it does not work. So now I'm going to try negative 1. Carry down. Negative 2, that's negative 7, positive 7, 6, negative 6, negative 3. That does not work. Now I'm going to try 3. If you don't remember how to do synthetic division, you should go back and watch a video. 6, so that's 9. That does not work. Negative 3, 2, negative 5, negative 1, and 3. I'm going to drop my 2. Negative 6, negative 11, that would be 33. 32 times negative 3 would be negative 96, which would be negative 93. Does not work. Now, 1/2. Of course, I don't have a calculator, so let's see. 2, negative 5, negative 1, and 3. So I'm going to drop my 2. Half of 2 is 1. That would be negative 4. Half of negative 4 is negative 2. So that would be negative 3. Half of negative 3 is negative 1.5. So my answer is 1.5. That didn't work. Alright, so we're going to try negative 0.5. And we'll see 2, negative 5, negative 1, and 3. Carry down my 2. Half of 2 is 1, so negative 1. So that's negative 6. Half of 6 is 3, and I have 2 negatives, so it's a positive. That's a 2. Half of 2 is 1, but I have a negative, and I'm left over with 2. All right, so now we're going to try 1.5. 2, -5, -1, 3. So I'm going to drop my 2. 1.5 times 2 is 3. -2. So because I am not best at my arithmetic, I'm going to say 1.5 times 2, well, obviously that'd be -3. So it's -4. 1.5 times -4 is -6. And when I combine those, I get -3. Did not work. Let's do -1.5. 2, -5, -1, and 3. I'm going to carry down my 2. 1.5 times 2 is 3, so it'd be a -3. Now we have -8. 1.5 times 8, -8 is -12. -13. 1.5. Oops, a negative and a negative, that should have been a positive. So that would be 11. 1.5 negative times 11 is -16.5, and that would be -13.5. And you notice none of them work. None of them are zeros. Remember, they were just considered possible. So in this case, you would have imaginary roots. All right, let's try the next one. Find the factors of the constant. So factors of constant, which is -4, plus and minus 1, plus and minus 2, plus and minus 4. Factors of leading coefficient, which is 1, so that's easy, plus and minus 1. So now I'm going to start the division. Plus and minus 1, plus and minus 2, plus and minus 4, all divided by the 1. All right, let's see if any of them work. Hopefully this one gives us an opportunity to see what it looks like. So I'm going to start with positive 1. 1, 1, -4, -4. Carry down the 1, 1, that's 2. That's 2, that's -2. That's -2, so that's -6. Nope. Let's try -1. 1, 1, -4, -4. Carry down the 1, -1, so that's 0. That's 0, that's -4, that's positive 4. There we go. That means x equals -1 works. It is a factor of our original. So let's try 2. 3, that's 6, that's positive 2, that's 4, that's 0. All right, this one works too. So that means x equals x equals positive 2 is a factor. Let's try -2. Now do you see why I separated these assignments? This could go on forever. All right, and then x equals -2 is an answer. This right here is the largest number of zeros you can possibly have. Notice I have 1, I have my second, and I have my third. When I get that place, I know that I am done, so I don't even need to test the other ones. All right, guys, have a great day.